Hello everyone and welcome to Sunday's edition of the Chris Pritchard Cycling News Show. Now you might be able to hear some background noise right now. Going off behind me is the Etape de Tour. Our friend Cameron Jeffers, he's finished it already. I actually filmed him coming past us. Look at him. Anyway, for the next couple of hours, there's going to be a lot of noise going off. There's going to be thousands of riders still going past, so we're going to head inside now and do the show from inside. Allez, 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 allez! See what we're trying to do here? We're trying to get Tim to throw a bottle up so it looks cool. Allez! And when I clap, that's his sign to throw. Allez, 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 allez! Right, oh, sorry to interrupt. This show is amazing, by the way. But I'm not too sure if you've already done it, but if not, I'll do it just in case. I just want to give a shout out to my partners, our partners in effect, Wahoo, who have made this possible. I'm just holding a bolt in my hand for product placement, just to let you know that you can follow the link down in the description if you've ever considered buying anything Wahoo related, Wahoo kicker, bolt, ticker, cadence sensor, whatever it might be. If you follow the link down in the description to the Wahoo website, if you purchase anything, then they know that you came from here, which makes this channel look amazing in Wahoo's eyes. So go and do it. If you want a pink bolt like this, do it now. Buy one. You don't even need to tell them Pritch sent you because they'll already know. Anyway, that's this segment done. Wahoo. Wahoo. Alright, it's much quieter in here and it's much cooler as well. Right, let's get on with the show. Stage 15. This Tour de France just keeps getting better and better. And have we seen the first signs of weakness from Julian Alaphilippe? What are those people in the comments from yesterday's video going to be thinking today? A lot of people were saying doped up. Doped, like not even pulling no punches. This guy's clearly doping. This guy is just clearly on some major gear. But is he? I need to make my point a bit clearer, right? My opinion on the situation. Like I've said before, Geraint Thomas, friend of mine, if he was doing this, I wouldn't believe that he was doping. I would firmly believe that he was clean, and I would hate anybody to say otherwise. And just because Julian Alaphilippe's doing it doesn't give me the right to say, right, he's someone I don't know. He's clearly doping. He's beating the person that I want to win. He's clearly doping. I don't think he's doping. Listen, I'm hoping the testers will do their due diligence, and if he is cheating, he will get caught. That's it. So as far as I'm concerned, innocent until proven guilty. But we're going to get back onto stage 15 shortly. First up, Peter Sagan. We all know he's the biggest personality when it comes to cycling. But did you realise just how much of a teammate he is and how much of a good guy he is? Check this short tweet out here from Trudgian. I think it's Trudgian. Did anyone else notice that Peter Sagan took his sprint points and as the climb started, dropped back to the car for bid-ons for his team, who haven't had to do a stitch of work today? Right there, team player. Man's in the green jersey. And he's going back to the car for bid-ons for his team. Unbelievable. But not only that, this clip right here, this has to prove what a cool guy he is, what a sound guy Peter Sagan is. Although, I will just say, let's not make this a thing. Alright, we've had guys jumping over the peloton, and now everyone's doing it. And now we've got guys running along with books, getting people to sign. Let's not start that. It's bad enough people just running alongside cyclists, not trying to hand them anything, let alone trying to hand them a marker and a book for them to sign to then get given back. Anyway, check out this clip. Now let's take a look at what's going on over on Twitter. Oosh, there's Bradley Wiggins, back at the Tour. Looks like some sort of quick save bag or something. Oh, it's a Union Jack jacket. Also on Twitter, check this tweet out from Peter Flack. Roman Bardet wishing he'd signed up for the Medio Fondo right about now. Yeah, Roman Bardet is having a terrible, terrible Tour de France this year. We had high hopes. We said in the preview that it was him or Pinot that were going to take it to the rest of the riders and try and secure a first GC win in a long time for France. However, Bardet has done nothing but go backwards for the last 2 weeks now, and it's such a shame. Also on Twitter, George Bennett posted this gem out. On another note, I rode a few hundred metres with Geraint Thomas. Sad to see some absolute anchors booing from the side of the road. If you're not here to support, then stay at home. To which G replied with this, I think they were booing at you, mate. And George Bennett tweeted back to Geraint saying, "It did occur to me after tweeting that I was potentially being quite assumptuous." Who are they booing for? Let's take a poll. Was it George Bennett or was it Geraint Thomas? It was clearly Geraint Thomas, wasn't it? Here's a picture you never knew you needed in your life. Jeff Goldblum at Specialized. Also, in the news, by far my favourite video of this year's Tour de France.
Allez, tu vas, allez! Allez, mon grand! Allez, mon grand! Allez, mon grand! T'es grand aujourd'hui! T'es grand! T'es très grand! Allez, mon grand! Ouais, mec! Ouais, mec! Ouais! 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 Tu vas le faire! Tu vas le faire!
No, actually, do you know what? That's my second favourite. This is my favourite Tour de France video so far.
Merci, merci. C'est là. Là. Ouais. Là, loulou. Un sexe. J'ai fait un petit rond tour. J'aurais fait 2 pattes comme ça, mais on va faire pour cacher la vue d'un sexe au public. Alors on a fait un petit bout. Ouais. Public.
Stage 15, let's talk firstly about the victory, Simon Yates' second victory at the Tour de France. Kind of thinking we should have had the 2 Yates brothers. Maybe they have. Maybe that's it. Maybe it wasn't Simon that won today. Maybe it was Adam. Yates, he bridged over to Geschke, who was away on his own, and then he just left him for dead. There was no messing, no stopping him. 8 kilometres from the top of the climb. Simon Yates just put in a devastating attack and he went. And that was the last anybody saw of him. And then the GC battle just exploded and then exploded, then exploded, then Alaphilippe exploded. Unbelievable. So originally Thibaut Pinot went out from the original. So Thibaut Pinot kicked everything off with about 4k to go. And this is something, we spoke about this earlier, like it's so rare to see a GC contender nowadays go out on an attack so early on a climb. I mean, yeah, you know, Froome's 80-kilometre effort last year was something else, but it's rare at the Tour de France. Normally you'll see that Sky train or Ineos train sit at the front and no one can physically attack because everybody is just on their limit. But here, Pinot just went and then went and he just kept going, and it was so refreshing to see a rider commit to a move and then try and make it work and then force it to work. And that's exactly what we saw from Pinot today. 4k out, he went. Unbelievable, amazing, rider of the day, definitely. Yates's was good, but the panache and the audacity for doing what he did, Pinot definitely gets my ride of the day. Not that it means anything to him. I'm sure he'd sooner have a yellow jersey rather than some random guy just saying, great ride. So from one Frenchman to another, let's talk about Alaphilippe and what looked like his first bad day on the bike at this year's Tour de France. And if that's as bad as it gets for him, he's on his way to Paris in that yellow jersey. But is he going to be able to maintain it when he heads over to the Alps? Well, out here, literally on this road here, we will know whether he's going to be in yellow on the Champs-Élysées. Did he burn too many matches yesterday trying to prove a point, trying to get there and follow those attacks and stay as close to the front as he can? Could he have had an easier day yesterday, which would have made it a little bit easier today? There was a moment in there though when Kruijswijk looked across at Geraint Thomas, and I think he was worried whether Geraint was going to go. He had to check whether, it looked like he might have had some words with him. Maybe they were actually talking about Alaphilippe and saying, are we going to leave this guy? Obviously Egan Bernal was up the road with Thibaut Pinot and Berkman, so he couldn't have chased his own teammate down. That wouldn't have worked. Maybe Egan Bernal should have been there to potentially pace Geraint back on, but we've got a dual leadership going on there. So in my opinion, Egan Bernal did the best thing he could. After what happened to G yesterday getting dropped, Egan Bernal still looking strong. He had to go with that attack from Pinot, and I think it worked out a treat. And that attack from Pinot was a little bit too much for Alaphilippe to maintain, so he ended up dropping back. He ended up dropping all the way back to the Steven Kruijswijk and Geraint Thomas group, where he was able to stay with them for a little bit, but they obviously knew that he'd cracked. If he couldn't maintain the pace of the front guys, the chances are if they could just have a few little digs, because they kept their powder a little bit drier because they'd not followed that initial attack, and then they went pretty hard with like a K to go, and they ended up putting some time into Alaphilippe. So the GC has had a fairly big shake-up. Time has been gained back on Alaphilippe by a lot of the riders. Let's take a look now at the GC and see what the standings are like for those top 6 riders. Obviously, Alaphilippe still leading in the yellow jersey. Geraint Thomas is in second, and after what seemed to be a really bad day from yesterday, it doesn't look so bad on GC. Hey, is in second position, is only 1 minute and 35 behind. Steven Kruijswijk is in third position. He maintains that position at 1:47 behind. The biggest winner of today clearly is Thibaut Pinot. He's moved up from 6th to 4th, and he's now only 1 minute and 50 seconds behind. Egan Bernal moves down to 5th, even though he took time out of Alaphilippe, Geraint Thomas and Steven Kruijswijk. He's now at 2 minutes and 2, obviously maintaining that white jersey. And then in 6th place, an outside bet of making the podium, but potentially, and the way he looked pretty strong. Emmanuel Buchmann is 2 minutes and 14 seconds behind the leader, Julian Alaphilippe. Everything to play for. Now, this rest day that's coming up is going to be vital. How are these riders going to recover? Are they going to be able to get that recovery in they need to be able to be fresh as they can be for the Alps? Or are we going to find some more cracks in Alaphilippe's armour? And also, all those guys and girls down in the comments below yesterday who were all screaming, doper, do we still stand by that decision? Or have we had the doping conversation far too soon? He's been strong, but he hasn't been invincible, and that's clearly been the point of today. Would love to know your thoughts. Comment down below on any of the stories we've covered and any stories that we've not covered in today's show. Don't forget, we're not here tomorrow, but we will be back with another Chris Pritchard Cycling News Show on Tuesday. Thanks for watching, everybody. Now make sure you're hitting that subscription button just down there if you've not subscribed to the channel already. If you want to see yesterday's CPCN, you're going to click there and then just click down there. It's probably one of the best videos I've ever done. Simple as that. Oosh.